I think we all do come to the United States because we think we can have a better life here.
Did you ever regret your decision?
Many times.
You just said that people look happier in Mexico.
The culture that we have of as Mexicans is so strong, very strong. It's hard to let it go.
Where do people in Mexico mostly work at?
You can be in Mexico and get a decent job.
Have you ever noticed that people who came illegally?
A lot of people think that we come here illegally. We're doing something criminal.
What do you think about the rumors that Donald Trump is going to cancel the green card lottery?
To deport all the immigrants that are here, I think is impossible.
Would you come back now?
They never have a feeling that we have here. They will never be prepared for the United States.
Jonathan, what inspired you to move from Mexico to the United States?
Okay, I think we all do come to the United States because we think we can have a better life here. We think we can have a much better future that we can have in our countries. I think we come to the United States thinking we're going to have something big for us, we can build something else for us. But we think it's going to be much easier than actually it is. We think it's going to be easier than actually it is. I think when we're actually here, we have to wake up every morning, go to work, and do the best we can. And if we don't do the best we can, it's not going to be enough. We're going to be falling short every day if we don't do our best. I think as soon as we wake up every morning, we have to do our best. And not only that, but I think before we go to bed every night, we have to have a plan for the next day.
Did you ever regret your decision?
I did. Many times.
Why?
Because when we travel back to Mexico, and you see the quality of life people have there. You see them very happy. You see them are really happy, enjoying their life. Sometimes you think or you see them enjoying life more than we do here because we become workaholics here in the United States. We tend to work more than sometimes more than we can.
Yeah, that's true. But when did you move here?
I came to the United States in 1995.
1995. Was life different in Mexico back then or not? Comparable to now?
In the 90s, yeah, was less criminal activities in Mexico than there are now. You have more freedom to be out on the streets at night or with your friends on the streets. You could go to school and come back with no fear of being in some kind of incident.
You just said that people look happier in Mexico now, but comparable to 90s. Would you come back now?
I can't because I grew a family here now. I'm married, I got kids. So to move them over there to Mexico to different culture and everything what they have here, I don't think I can. I mean, for me personally, in the future, I would love to. I would love to move to a beach house in Mexico, but I don't. That's probably just a dream.
Okay. How did you move here?
I was born in the United States. I grew up in Mexico. I was raised by my grandma.
Oh, so you were born here?
I was born in the United States. Yes.
Brought to Mexico?
I was brought to Mexico when I was a newborn. I lived there until I was 16 years old. Then I came here. I went to high school 1 year, and then I drop out of high school and get to work. Once I got a couple jobs here and there, then I went back to college.
Okay.
I got a college degree.
In what?
Computer networking.
Computer networking?
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's different from the flower shop. Okay.
I never got to the side. I never got to exercise my career. because I was already enrolling into the business area. So to get a job into the computer networking, it was going to be making less money than already was making at that time.
Are you still connected to the Mexican people here a lot?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just everything I do. I mean, I listen to the radio station in Spanish. Most of the friends I have are Mexicans. When I go out to eat, I prefer Mexican food.
That's interesting because looks like you kind of grew up here, like a half of life.
Yes.
So why?
I don't know. It's just we feel so much the culture that we have as Mexicans is so strong, so much very strong. That it's hard to let it go. I mean, you go there to the streets and see the taco stand there. And you're hungry. You want to go in there and rather than have anything else than Mexican food.
I feel like Mexican food is everywhere.
It is.
In Los Angeles, it's very popular.
It is.
No, I love it. Fajitas is my favorite.
Yeah, well, here in Arizona, it's carne asada tacos everywhere. Yeah.
And what was your first business here?
My first business was to start in construction.
Construction?
Yeah, I started home remodeling and painting and all the stuff, all the little stuff.
Okay.
I started doing that. Then I started kind of moving into the commercial properties, like apartments, buying apartments, all apartments, fix them up and sell the apartments and make money there. Then from there, I moved to commercial properties.
Okay.
I started doing shopping centers, hotels, and all other stuff. Like I say, a flower shop is a new adventure for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of listening and trying to figure it out how is all this construction business is related to the flower shop. Keep going.
Well, a friend of mine, he already passed away. He kind of invited me to a flower business. He told me it was. Then when I got to him, like to help him out on the flower shop, I saw it was a beautiful thing to do. It was beautiful, all the designs, all the bouquets he was making. It's like something beautiful when people come in here and they want to buy a flower bouquet, and they see the expression on the face when they see that beautiful flower bouquet. It's like something that you feel good about it. It's something that makes you feel good about it, you know?
There's something about your soul.
Yeah, it's pretty much. It's not that much about the money, to be honest with you. It's a good business, and don't get me wrong with that. But the self-satisfaction of having a flower shop is much bigger than that.
Oh, that's interesting. So your friend's business transferred to you?
No. His family still have them.
So you opened your own business?
I opened my own business, yeah.
What kind of steps did you take to open this business? How did you start?
Okay, you start by finding the location. You have to find the location. We'll say location, right? Because location means anything. So once you identify the location that you like, you think it might work for a flower shop, because you might think, you never know for sure until you're actually there.
What do you mean you need to know if it fits? What exactly you need for the flower shop?
Okay, like how many views, like people driving by, how make sure it's not like hidden behind some other buildings. It's not.
So it has to be exposed.
It has to be exposed to the public. Yeah, it has to be exposed to the public, and then that's pretty much the major point right there. It has to be exposed, and people can drive by, pass by, has a visual of the place, so they can have pretty much free advertisement from there. And then once you find the location, see if you can fit a flower shop in there, see if the city will allow you to open a flower shop there, see if a retail property that you can open a flower shop there.
So you have to go to the city hall?
You have to have the city of Phoenix, I mean, wherever city you are, but yeah, you have to go to the city and see if they will allow you to put a flower shop in that location.
Okay, the first step, to find the building, check if it's had a good exposure to the public. Go to the city hall and get the authorization, right?
Yes.
And next?
Next, you have to make sure you be able to buy all the products you want to be selling, like stuff wares and flowers and all the decoration that you might need. Make sure you have a provider for all those, a vendor for all those things you want to sell in your flower shop. So you have to make sure you check all the vendors.
Where do you find all these vendors?
Well, here in Arizona, we got few wholesalers that provide flower shops with all the stuff they need to open a store.
How did you find them?
You have to look at the internet. Everything's on the internet now. You have to Google them, like wholesale flower shops or wholesale flowers. flower supplies, all the stuff that you have to find on the internet.
What is the most popular product here? Flowers or plushes? I don't know, candies?
Flower bouquets.
Flower bouquet?
Yeah, flower bouquets are the biggest.
What kind of flowers are the most popular?
We got the red ones. The red ones are the
Roses?
Yeah, red roses. Yeah, red roses are the ones that we sell the most. Then we got the white ones.
Wow.
Then we got pink ones. And then we got the yellow ones.
The yellow ones.
Okay.
That's interesting to know.
Yeah, so in that order, that's how much we sell. That's how the volume of sales.
Is there a difference what Mexican people love and what Americans love?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. We Mexicans, we prefer the red roses bouquets. The American people, the white people, they prefer variation on the flower decorations. Not much the bouquet, but the decoration arrangements for a table or for anything like that. So there are a couple of different things what they like the most. Yeah.
Do you have more customers from Mexico here in Arizona? Can you compare?
And our store?
Yes.
No. We see both same amount of all races here. I would think that because we advertise for Florida like in Spanish, but no, the sports that we have attracts every customers that we can get. So we get all races in here.
Yeah, interesting. How do you manage all these perishable flowers? That are not fresh anymore, wilted flowers.
Okay, we got some flower bouquets that we put for this place there. If they don't sell within a certain time, we have to remove them from the shelf, right? So we take them apart, and from people want it for decorations too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people want it for decorations too. So all flowers, they still useful for some kind of. We don't throw much almost anything away because actually people come here looking for petals all the time. So yeah.
For romantic nights.
Yep. Any kind of decorations. Yeah. So.
Okay. Where do they come from? All these flowers usually.
I'll say 90% of the flowers that are commercialized in the United States come from Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Yes, Ecuador is for like 80% exporters worldwide of flowers.
What about California?
California, they grew some kind of flowers and some greenery stuff, the fillers. But no, even in LA, downtown LA, all the flowers that are commercialized there come from Ecuador.
Ecuador, bravo. I have questions for you as an immigrant. How do you feel immigrants are treated in the United States right now, comparable how they used to be treated, let's say, 10 years ago?
There's always perspective of immigrants depending on how the media is projected on us. But I think we all have an opportunity to be treated the way we conduct ourselves. If you conduct yourself with respect, you're going to be treated with respect. I know it, regardless of the media perspective they have about us. But I think you have the chance to be treated differently if you conduct yourself differently.
Have you ever noticed that people who came illegally were treated worse than people who came legally?
Well, the people, when someone see you in the street, they don't know if you got papers or illegal or not. So they want to treat you bad just because they got the perspective of you being bad, or because that's the way they treat everyone else, not because you've been an immigrant. If there's no way they can tell if you're here illegally or illegally. If you go to, let's say, a government office to ask for any services, there you're going to ask you for a social security or a green card. Then that's the only way they can treat you differently if you have.
But I mean, like, when people ask you, not you, but somebody else, like, if people came legally and they answered no, did you ever notice the reaction changed, Like, if people change their reaction, if you say that you came here without papers?
I will say yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. A lot of people think they would come here illegally. You are doing something criminal. You'll become a criminal because you broke the law. So breaking the law means you're a criminal. So a lot of people think because we came here illegally, they're already criminals because of that.
You mentioned that people in Mexico look happy right now. But don't you think that we have more immigrants from Mexico right now than we used to have before?
No, actually we have less, I think. I think we have less immigrants from Mexico now than we used to have back in, let's say, in the 2000s and 90s.
Is it because of the wall built?
No, I think that the quality of living in Mexico is growing. So that's stopping a lot of Mexicans coming to the United States now that compared to back in the days. Well, now the immigration is getting bigger now, but it's from other countries other than Mexico.
Where do people in Mexico mostly work at?
People living in Mexico?
Yeah, where do they work at?
Like everywhere. I mean,
What kind of jobs?
Construction, retails. You got lawyers, doctors. You got all kinds of stuff. Car sales, such person everywhere. You see a store, people work on the stores.
So the country is developing right now?
Oh yeah, the country has been developing for a long time.
Yeah.
We come to the United States thinking we can. It's going to be so much easier than it actually is. Once we're here, we realize it's not going to be as easy as we thought it was. But no, you can be Mexican and get a decent job and have a good life quality there too.
I think most of the people are moving because of the government, not just because they don't like people or their homeland, I think they don't like some specific rules, and some of them don't see their future in their country. Do you still have a family back in Mexico?
Oh, yeah. I still go visit them as soon as, often as I can. I go visit my grandma there. I still got my grandma, uncles, aunties, all the stuff. I still got cousins over there. I still love them. They're my family.
Is your wife Mexican?
Yes, she's Mexican.
But was she born here?
No, she was born in Mexico. Her dad, he was an immigrant back in the 80s. So, but the way she came Michigan after she got her green card and she moved here when she was little.
Do you have anybody else except your wife here from your family?
Yeah. I got 4 sisters, 1 brother, mom and dad here.
They're all here?
Yes, I got my family here.
So you don't feel alone?
No, I don't feel alone. No, I got all my family here. Also, my wife, her family, grandmas and granddad, they've been here all the time. So,
what do you think about this Great Wall on the border with the United States and Mexico?
Well, I think the immigration has been a part of the United States since probably was founded. But I think the government is trying to stop the criminals more than the immigrants. I think the immigrants they always find a way to come here, or either legally or illegally. But there's always a way for the country to open the door for immigrants.
What would you change in the immigration law?
We should give an opportunity to anyone that wants to come to the United States and work hard as we do. Because most of our immigrants, most of us come here to work, come here to do better. I think that's what we're here for.
What would you recommend to the people who want to immigrate to the United States?
I will tell them it's not as easy as it seems. I will tell them, try to do the best in your country. Try to do, if you got potential, try to live to your full potential in your own country. Because I think if you have the potential to be something, you can do anywhere. Yes, the United States has most opportunities too, but if it's not be worth living all your life or your family behind, for the dream that you have. You have to put that in the balance if that's something you want to do.
But if people still decide to immigrate,
Yes.
what would you recommend them to do before they immigrate?
Before they leave the
maybe
country?
accumulate some money, or what kind of steps should they take before they immigrate?
If you already made your mind to immigrate, just go for it.
But I feel like maybe they can be prepared for this. Sometimes people immigrate, they come chasing their big dream, and then they realize, like, they spent all they saved money here in a year,
Okay.
and they didn't find any job, and they became frustrated and depressed.
Yeah. But I think if someone wants to come to the United States and immigrate here, they will never be prepared for it. No matter what they do, no matter what they think, because most of the life they have in their mind of the United States through the movies or through a family or a friend that was here before, but not through them. They never have a feeling that we have here. They will never be prepared for the United States. It's going to be a cold start, no matter how much you think you prepare for it.
Who helped you in the hardest time here?
Family. Families. I think family is everything. Family is the foundation of everything. I mean, to a lot of people that are not close to their family, I will say just talk to your family. Anything you have wrong problem, talk to your family first.
But you were lucky enough to have a family.
Yes.
What if people don't have a family? What would you recommend to do?
Well, I'm also lucky enough to have friends. And I got very good friends, and sometimes family is not available for any reasons, and then you have to rely on your friends. Sometimes.
If you don't have friends, where should you go? What should you do? Not to feel alone.
Well, nowadays, everyone has a cell phone, right? Everyone has a cell phone, and there is so many Facebook groups and for people that will help you out here in Arizona. Or just reach out to anyone you can. I mean, maybe 5 will say no, but 1 will say yes. I mean, if someone calls me and say, can you help me out? It depends on the reason that I'm at that time. I may say no, I may say yeah, but someone will say yes if you ask for help.
Do you think it's a good idea to go door by the door to ask people for the jobs or not?
It will work. Someone will have a job for you to do. There's a lot of people here on the corners that's looking for work. Sometimes you give an opportunity, they show up to be really good workers. Let's say you show up in the United States right now, you're on the streets, you ask for help, people will help you out. America has a good heart. Everyone here in the United States has a good heart. There are a few bad apples out there, but most people are good.
Yeah, I agree. Can you say something inspiring to the people, to the new immigrants who just came here and they're lost, they're depressed, they still need some support, and they're watching us right now?
Yeah. I will tell them, you're good, keep going, you'll get there.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for your interview. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.